Hello again, folks. KR King here, helping you homebrew your own D&D campaign. So today I'm going to be talking about adding custom assets to the Wonderdraft drawing package. You know, there's a lot of third-party vendors out there that have created all sorts of really interesting assets that you can easily add to your Wonderdraft package. You just have to know how to format these in terms of the file structure directory and how to access Wonderdraft such that you can bring these in easily and then control them once you're in the software package. All right, so what I'm going to do today, I'm just going to dive in. As I always do, I like to use the full screen. So I'll see you on the flip side. All right, so as I mentioned, a critical part of utilizing custom assets in Wonderdraft is to have the right structure in your Explorer, placing them in the right subdirectory. What's great is if you go to your purchase page, you see here this Wonderdraft custom assets. So you can download this, it's a zip file, and once it's downloaded, you go here and it has this example. You just extract this. Okay, and now, depending on, for me, it's in my downloads folder right there, and here it is. This is the format that you'll use, as you'll see. So this is ready to be copied. Where do I copy it to? Well, if you go to your Wonderdraft, you'll see here in your preferences where the assets and themes are. And you can literally just take that, copy it, open up a new subdirectory, paste it there, and here it is, and it's assets. Go into assets. Okay, now you should have over here this example, and you just copy that in. All right, now everything that you do, you're going to use these. These are fonts. We're going to use sprites. Textures is another thing, but just for today, I'm going to do sprites. And you have mountains, symbols, trees. This is what I'm going to use in the symbols thing. And we have some sample symbols that they have. And what these are is they are transparent PNG files. Very important that you use those. All right, so now we're going to put in some custom assets here in this example, sprites, symbols right here. We're going to put another subdirectory. So if I look here, I brought up this cartography assets. There's many different websites where you can get free assets. You can also get paid ones. For this example, I'm going to use a free one, but I urge you, if you're interested, to support this by paying these artists who make these custom assets. So I'm just going to search for cliffs. Okay, and there's a million of these that'll come up, as you can see. Some are free. Some, obviously, the better ones you pay for. Let's look at this Radiacores Cliffs. Okay, it's a free thing. The visuals aren't very good here, but you go to the download. Here it is. It's a zip file. Let's click on that. So I'm going to go to here, download this. Looks for viruses. Ask me where again. I'll go to my downloads. Radiacores Cliffs zip. We'll download that. I'm going to open that. And I'm just going to say extract. And I'm going to do it right in that file, because what happens here is, let's look at this. Okay, and it has this, and then it has sprites, symbols, and it goes to this. This is the one I want. I don't want to just bring in this, right? And I don't want to bring in, I want to go all the way to the base file. This is what I want to copy. So I'm going to say copy this. Then I'm going to go to my symbols thing and paste that there. Now, what you notice here, in addition to these PNG files, transparent PNGs, you have this Wonderdraft symbols. And if you look in here, edit with Notepad+, you have information about each of these PNG files. It's size, offset, this sort of thing. But what's important to us is the draw mode. And notice they're all sample color. What that basically tells us, whatever the color of the ground is around the asset, that will be the color the asset is, as we'll see. You can change this. But first, let's just go in and see how this works. All right, so you're going to start up Wonderdraft, and what you want to do is run as administrator. I've gone back and forth. I've tried the different assets, not running and running. It's always best to do this because you can run into weird anomalies when it doesn't bring that file in and look at that symbols file every time you load up the assets, okay? So I'm going to start a new file. It's a fine size. And I will pick another theme just to, let's see, eastward, fine. Because that way, when I create the land, then I'm going to put these assets on. I can see them very easily. Okay. So we go to our symbols. And, you have all these different, they're divided up in different ways. And down here at the bottom are your custom ones that you've brought in. There is Radiacore Advanced Cliffs. Here it is. And take a bunch of these. This one's really large. Use the mouse key to scale that. And we'll do this one too. Okay. That looks pretty much the same as that, doesn't it? Maybe that. Okay. And each of these, if I go and I draw on the land, I'm going to pick something like that, blue. It turns these blue as I go under them. Oops, pick it. Make sure that X, that little check mark is on there. It's going to change that. There you go. All right. Now, let's suppose I want to have a distinct color for this, one of these cliffs that's immune to this, or I want to use the color that it originally came in. What I do is I change that file. So let's see how that goes. I'm not going to save this. All right, we open this file up. All right, so there's three choices, as I said. So cliff number one, I will create a custom colors. And then this one, I will create call it normal. Okay, and the rest I'll keep as samples. So number 1 and number 10 have been changed. I save this. Again, I'm going to run this as administrator just to make sure that it takes in the changes. It should, but you never know. New file. I use the same theme, which was eastward. Create my land again. Go to my symbols. It remembers the last one I was on. Notice right here, the one that I changed to custom colors has changed. Why? Because of these colors here. If I go and I change these, blue, let's say, it's going to change. And then if it's affecting it. So let's see. Scaling things not working. Fascinating. All right, I'm going to make that blue, that blue. Now it remembers, I want to make this red, and it remembers each one of these. And of course, if you don't like the symbol, you can do this, delete it. Move that around. It remembers when you, again, if I'm going to play with this and go like that, something a little different. Those custom colors, you can do and tweak those and make them anything you want with that. The other one that we changed to normal, I think, is this one. Let's look here. And then we'll just take one of the standard ones up here. So notice normal appears white. That's the color that it is on the PNG, whereas this is taking background. If I tried to pick something, okay, it changes it. Doesn't change this, doesn't change these. These are changed with the normal tab. This is changed It doesn't change at all. It's just whatever the color was in the original PNG file. And those are the three modes that you can use with your custom assets. So there you have it, how to add custom assets to your Wonderdraft drawing package. Just to reiterate, you always want to be careful on that file structure. It's critical, and to use the system administrator when you log in. The other thing about this is you just got to play with it and play with it. It can be a little frustrating sometimes, but again, just follow the advice, follow this exactly, and it'll work. Hey, if you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel. I'm always looking for more. Please leave some comments because I love to read them and answer them. But most importantly, keep playing D&D, my friends, and tell somebody else about it.